Yeah, you can dissolve bullying with love. Recently, I was conducting a all-school assembly at a middle school, and I asked kids to come down to the microphone and do 3 things. One is if they wanted to tell everybody what their dreams were and get supported in their dream, they could do that. If they had ever bullied anybody, they could get up and say, this is what I did. And if they wanted to honor anybody with a blue ribbon, Who I Am Makes a Difference, I'd give it to them so that they could honor their teachers, their peers. And this whole gymnasium was filled with like over 800 kids. And one by one, they came down and they stood in front of the microphone. They weren't afraid, they weren't shy, they weren't anything. They just wanted to have their dreams acknowledged. And they would stand up there and they tell that one boy said, he was like, I'm 5 feet tall, and he was about my height. And he said, I want to be a football player. And instead of everybody going, are you kidding me, you're too short, and all like that, I taught the whole room. I said, everybody yell, Mike, your dream is coming true now, yes. And Mike goes, thank you, yes. And he was just beaming. And one by one, the kids got in the front of the microphone, and all of a sudden, boy, really handsome boy gets up and hand him the microphone. I said, you want to talk about your dream? He said, no, I bullied somebody. I said, go ahead. And he said, I bullied my little brother. And I really want to say, I apologize. I've been bullying you ever since you've been little, and I'm sorry. And his brother, ran down from the bleachers, ran all the way in front, and they embraced, and they both just cried. And the whole auditorium kind of went silent for a moment, like took a gasp. And when the assembly was over, and we went out into the courtyard, it was lunchtime, and kids, you saw them everywhere, suddenly going up to each other with a blue ribbon, looking their peers, their siblings in the eye and saying, I'm sorry, I want to tell you how much I love you, how much I appreciate you, and placing that ribbon above their heart and cheering them on for their dreams and hugging. And the principal and I were looking, and she said, do you see over there that's the biggest bully in the school who apologized to his little brother? And I said, the biggest bully? And she said, I could never in the world have imagined that he would ever have done that. But look, he changed the whole climate of the school. They saw him doing that, and everybody else is doing that. And you imagine that in that minute or less, that life was changed, and our school has changed because of that. I did not know that the biggest bully was the biggest bully. They were just kids lined up. I was creating the space for them to feel love and love others, show their appreciation, respect for one another. He was the last person in the world that I would ever have thought could inflict pain on anybody. I don't think there are any bullies. I just think that people need to be loved.